Hello and welcome back. I'm running out of time and memory on my phone. I've done a lot of this stuff and I'm trying to get it out there to get it off my phone. Now, showed somebody this and they're like, oh, that's an action. That's not a stratagem. Stratagems are blah, 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 blah. And you need to go to this and look at this because you're doing this all wrong. And I'm like, okay, fine. So we do have, this is a one-time kind of stratagem. Yeah, maybe I could make this a star action card. But to me, actually taking an upgrade from a character and putting it on your own seems very strong. So that's why I use this with a stratagem and getting your own matrix back as an action card. There was a reason I did this. It's very situational. Of the 30 official stratagems we got with Wave 5, there are 4 that are somewhat situational and definitely one-time use. Wind Chargers. When you're the only character in the field, if you flip his stratagem, you get an extra +3 to attack. And he could still attack again. Wind Sweepers, Saturation Bombing. If you flip the alt mode and you have damage equal or more to how many enemies are in the field, you can get to hit them 1 each. Then you have to flip it over. You can't do it again. Infiltration for Pounce. And all it is playing 2 secret actions. You get to play a Brainstorm can let you do that. Infiltration Pounce. Flip to alt mode, play 2 secret actions. Then you have to flip his stratagem over. You can't do it again. More Guns. Now, More Guns is a little slightly different. Again, situational. One-time use. If a weaponizer is on a character and the weaponizer gets KO'd, from either the character death or it gets knocked off as an upgrade, you can put it right back on any character left in your field. And you have to flip over More Guns. You can't do it again. And we got 4-time, 1-use situational stratagems that we can use in the game. And this is something similar. And I did a lot of some 4 actual characters, like the 7-star Ironhide, the 7-star Megatron, Twin Twist, so he can be a spaceship, etc., etc. So yeah, I do have some character stratagems, and I was checking this one out this morning, and it seems to be fine. And I've been doing lots of tests. Well, I've been again making more stratagems, and I really need to slow down for the sake of the printer ink. But where did they go? Here they are. Oh yeah, and I was actually with this group, was actually checking out parts as parts and how it works with divine parts and swapping your parts with your parts and your upgrades from one character to another. It's really fun. And again, it nullifies the attachment ability but I was just simply using what was in my hand here, metal detector, and putting it back and forth. So every time that character attacked, I got to see if I had an upgrade on the top of my card to be able to put it on the character. And I don't think it really ever happened, but it was pretty interesting, and using it with gears and having the enemy moving their stuff around. And I was also testing scanners activated as well. And I got to use that. I tried to use that one time and upgraded Wingspan from Wingspan to Private Greenlight, mainly because of all the characters that I had around me. She was the only 8-star character, and so I went from 11 to 12, and more on something like that later. But here are some of the more cards that I've created, and they're not all just stratagem cards. Now, actually, none of these are stratagem cards. I started doing location cards, in the go in your deck and how I have these played, I am not Canon. I am not the Arc. I am not Edge of Iacon. All these guys are doing great things. So these, it's kind of, I haven't played many card games. One of the few I have is Pokemon. And in, right, I just did a Waspinator voice on a scam call. Now, let's see here. Oh, location cards. That when they're in your deck, you pull them. When you play it, it does stay in play for both sides. In the first location card, I failed to make it a pip of anything. It's just green completely all across the top. So I'm considering it blank. I'm just sort of leaving it for right now. But I kind of fixed these using like an action card, but used green for location. Down here, 2 white pips and 1 black pip. I'm just sort of making them single pips because of having somewhat having to choose what battle cards we have I can to be able to alter stuff, or having room to alter. As you can see, these 2 were secret action cards. But anyway, Icebox Canyon. And yeah, I've been watching Beast Wars and getting a lot of inspiration from Beast Wars, because by chain of command, they really started adding a lot of gimmicks, a lot of equipment, a lot of weapons, a lot of accessories. And I'm like, oh, wow, crap. So, and then I thought of the locations, and we have the Icebox Canyon here. Spaceships, planes, and helicopters have +1 to attack. Beasts, cars, trucks, and motorcycles have -1 to defense while this card is active. And then I put only 1 location card can be in play at a time. So if you're playing and you put this out and you have some of these guys that are going to help you, it's going to hurt these guys. And then if your opponent plays, say, standing stones or something else, then you have to put this back in, scrap this. I guess you can put it in your scrap instead of KO with the rest of your scrap. And then this comes into play. Or you flip Prehistoric Earth, then this comes into play. That's how that would work. I don't want to bring Pokemon to Transformers, but I really think this makes a little more sense. Standing stones, damage 1 to each character with an armor upgrade. The battlefield. Boy, that's badly written. I may have to fix this one anyway. I did this one twice. This may be the first one I did. I may have actually fixed it and failed to print it. Prehistoric Earth. So if a character is wearing an armor upgrade at the start of turn, they would all get 1 damage on them. And no, it's not. These are not star cards. I did not make them star cards. They're just battle location cards. Prehistoric Earth. All beasts, spaceship, and patrols have bold 2. So right now the only beasts we have are Decepticons, spaceships, patrols like your off-road patrol, your airstrike patrol, your rescue patrol, etc. all get bold 2. And again, only 1 location card can be in play at a time. Now, we all knew this would come, and I had to go a little further into the series near the end of season 1. And finally found this picture where he's about to have the rock fall on Black Arachne and Tarantulas when they're supposedly having their truce. And I had another picture that I gotten early on, like in about episode 5. But it was just so dark. And so I thought, let's use this one. And I lightened it up and I flipped it. And we have the Magical Beast War Rock. Probably the first Transformer meme really ever. Because it was such a running joke in the old show. And I just made it simple. It's just a simple action card. Do 2 damage to an enemy in alt mode. And it is a black pip card. Let's go to... we have some upgrades here. Target box. And that was really interesting, was that Megatron created this and started it in this episode, and then we never saw it again. And it's a blue pip upgrade for a utility. When it's on a defending character, the target box takes 2 of your total damage and then is scrapped. So if you get a hit of 7, well, your character only takes a hit of 5. This takes 2 of it and you scrap it. So I found that pretty crafty there. Just a regular utility helps take a little brunt of your attack damage when you're defending. So there we go. Sorry. Here, let's keep going. CR Chamber. Probably should have been a star card. I'm not too worried about it. White pip upgrade for a utility. This is when the first time we actually see the CR Chamber, it was actually completely, you can just see the blue there. It didn't turn blue until Dinobot tried waking up Optimus Primal inside. And they actually trusted Dinobot to stay at the base because Tarantulas had knocked his weapons out of his hand, and so his weapons were compromised, and he stayed back. He stayed on Maximal, and blah, 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 blah. You know the story. Well, this didn't start turning blue until he sort of woke up his core consciousness inside to confer and get advice from Primal, which was just really interesting. When the character has this equipped, it regains 2 health for each turn. It is untapped. So you can slowly get a little health back for each turn you're untapped. So if whatever character this is on, if they are damaged and you play it and you're 3 wide and you do not have them tap and attack until your 3rd turn, they can regain 4 health by then. That they have a turn and attack, heal 2. They turn and attack, heal 2. The next turn, good question. I guess you could still regain 2 health because they are still untapped at that point. But now that I talked this out, maybe we need to change this up just a little bit. Maybe it's a little strong on the healing. We'll see. Last one, we've got the Belly Bomb. And I only did 1 copy of this. Did make it a star card. With as small print as these are, and what I'm using to make these, it's kind of hard for this. The reveal and when revealed are original. Black Pip, again, secret action, only because this Black Pip secret action is, I'm able to kind of cover stuff up a little easier. So after you defend, reveal it. Your attacker is hit by 2. And basically this is after the battle. If when you defend, you reveal it, they flip, you flip, they get hit by 2. Belly Bomb. So again, more back and forth action during the battle. That's all we have for today, this morning. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. I just had to get a few things off my chest about this, and I am not a card creator. I may be making cards. I may be enjoying this for what it is. It's giving a whole new synergy and turn on the actual game the way I'm doing it. Am I doing it correctly? Probably not. But let me tell you something. I almost don't care because these are my homemade cards. This is how I'm making the game going forward and changing things myself. And things can always be changed. So that's all I've got right now. If you have any comments, put them below. I have given kudos to all sorts of guys. And Edge of Icon has a lot of tools we can use for making new cards, especially character cards. And I would suggest checking them out on Facebook. And that's all we got for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. And always remember to flip out and let's roll for it.